first time I rode a bike, so yeah, we're out in the park out the back of our house, and there's like a steep hill, steep grassed hill, and we were just mucking around. I probably would have had a soccer ball out there or something, and he would have had his bike, and we were just playing around like kids. And he's like, oh, I'll dare you to ride the bike down the hill. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I dare, you got to. So I jumped on the bike. I don't know why, but I did, stayed upright, and then I was like, that's cool, that's awesome. And so, yeah, within a couple of weeks I had a bike, and again, my parents sort of helped me out, got me a bike, and yeah, from there it started. Earlier on, like, I just thought that riding a bike just wasn't going to be achievable. When I was a kid, I just couldn't get off the training wheels and I didn't have the balance. But I guess I just didn't ride a bike for a few years and didn't think about rejoining it. So when I did, I was old enough and I just had developed that skill that maybe I didn't have when I was that little bit younger. I remember seeing Paralympics Australia had a talent search day, which they still do now, and it's like, I say, it's like a sports draft. So they advertise a bunch of sports, you come in, you try them. If you're interested in it, you do some testing and they can get you involved with a local club. So that's what I did at that stage. I'd only sort of been riding a bike for a couple of years and I was enjoying it, and I saw that you could ride a bike fast, and I was like, that's cool. So went down there, did some testing, and like, I would have only been 12 or 13, so I don't know whether I was actually putting out any good numbers, but they probably just saw that I was enthusiastic and that I wanted to try it, so they got me involved with a local club, and then from there it just all kicked off. From there I got involved. I got involved in the Western Sydney Academy of Sports, so one of the regional academies. I believe I was the first para-athlete in the program, which was great. But to get in there, and then I had Nash Kent was my coach, so he was the first sort of coach there, and to have them as sort of that starting level and that introduction into, I guess, from riding a bike casually to starting to get sort of a bit more serious and starting to introduce what training was like. It was great, and between him and Pete, introduced me to Tom Scalando, who at the time was the Paralympic coach for NSWIS, and Tom Dawson, who's my coach now. So just the amount of people that I'd met along the way, I think, this has been great.